it's Mrs. Thompson again. We're going to get started back with elimination. We're in 5.3. We're doing example 2, elimination using subtraction this time. Now remember from example 1, we used addition. You use addition if you see opposite numbers. I'm going to make a little note up here. Add if opposite numbers. Okay? But what if you have the same sign, the exact same number in front of each of your variables? Then you subtract. That's the only way to get rid of two numbers that are the exact same. If you have 4, you take it away. And so that's what we need to do. We're going to subtract. The reason why I'm going to subtract is because if you study the y's, you will see that we have positive 4y over another positive 4y. Now, if I added those two together, I'd get 8y. I'm not going to eliminate positive 4y and positive 4y, okay? The only way to eliminate it is to actually take it away, subtract the two numbers from each other. Now, that gets a little tricky. You've got to be careful with the signs, and so I'm going to try and be very, very thorough with you on this section. All right, let's start with the 3x. I'm right here, and I'm 3x minus a negative 2x. 3x minus a negative 2x. I'm going to write that towards the bottom. This is how you should be reading that first column. 3x minus a negative 2x. Well, we have two negative signs in a row, so remember we add the opposite. So it's not 3x minus a negative 2x, it's really 3x plus 2x. So we're going to put 5x here, okay? 4y minus 4y, that cancels. 4 minus 4 is 0. That's going to cancel out. Drop down your equal sign and do 18 minus 8, which is 10. All right, we're back to our one-step equation. So we're going to divide by 5, and we now know that x is equal to 2. Perfect. So we're halfway finished. We know half of our point of intersection. Now we need to find the y. So just choose one of the top two equations. Just pick one of them that you want to plug the x into. I'm going to go with the top equation. It doesn't matter. Whatever one looks easier to you, that's the one you should choose. All right, we're going to take the 2. We're going to plug it in for x. So 3 times 2 plus 4y equals 18. Remember, 3 times 2 is 6. So now from here, it's a two-step equation. We're going to take away 6. And we have 4y equals 12. And then divide each side by 4. And we now know that y is 3. So our point of intersection is x is 2, y is 3. Here's the point of intersection. If I graph those two lines on a coordinate plane, they would crisscross at 2, 3. And of course you can check them, just plug them into each equation, make sure they work. I'll let you do that on your own time, okay? Now let's look at our second example. Do you see where we have either opposite numbers or the same number in front of one of our variables? Okay, hopefully your eyes were looking and drawn to that 3y over 3y. We need to subtract these two equations, okay? Be careful with the subtraction, especially when you have negative numbers, okay? So let's take our first column. Here I am, 3x minus a negative 2x. Hey, it's just like the other problem we did. 3x minus a negative 2x is the same thing as 3x plus 2x. So this is going to be 5x. 3y minus 3y is 0, so mark that out. Drop down your equal sign. This is tricky. 15 minus negative 5. Write it out to the side if you need to. 15 minus a negative 5. Hey, you got two negative signs in a row. That actually means 15 plus 5, which is 20. Good job. It's a one-step equation, divide by 5, and now you know that x is 4. Great job, you're halfway home. You now need to find the y. So pick one of the two equations. I'm going to choose the top one because everything's positive. That's why I'm doing that. If you were wondering, I tend to vacillate towards equations where the coefficients in front of the variables are 1 or if all the numbers are positive. So you just pick the one that looks easier to you to plug into. All right, I'm going to plug in 4 for the x. Let's do 3 times 4 plus 3y equals 15. 3 times 4 is 12. And then it's a two-step equation from here. You're first going to take away 12. And then you're going to divide each side by 3. And so y should equal 1. So it looks like our point of intersection is x is 4, y is 1. So if I graph those two lines, those two original lines, on a coordinate plane, they would crisscross at 4, 1. So this is our second example of how to use elimination. So kind of sum it up. Remember, if you add if you see opposite numbers, but subtract if they're the same number. That's the best way to tell. That's how you know. Add if you see opposite numbers, subtract if you see the same number. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Bring your questions to class tomorrow. See you later.